don't just have a pattern to sidestep and then do this. Because if your only thing is to sidestep and then do this, then you're predictable. Bro, look how he looks up. This size difference is actually crazy. You guys are asking how to get better at defense, okay? If you want to get better at defense, you got to get better at a few different things, okay? Your defense consists of a few different things. So this is basically on how to master defense, okay? So this is what happens with defense. A lot of people who play this game, they subjectively fall immediately into thinking this is defense. This is not defense. This is just a part of your counter, which is a part of the defense that you're going to be doing. But if this is all you do, then you're not good at defense, right? So what you have to do is actually add a multitude of things into your arsenal on how to be better at defense. That includes your perception, right? That includes sidestepping, that includes backdashing, that include dashing forward to avoid heavy hits, to dash up underneath them to get open, right? So that's all a part of it. A part of your defense is actually how you ascend and descend at the right time to get away and get away from your opponent. So defense adds a lot in. Now, once you're fighting and you're not too telegraphed, this is also part of your defense, but this is a neutral approach. This is a neutral approach because this is defensive and it's also offensive. So once you do a key blast, you check your opponent, because I told you guys last time that a key blast is basically a jab. Once you do a key blast, you check your opponent, but also you slow them down and you kind of keep them into place from over rushing you. Once you kind of check them, you can do punches into teleport. You can punch, cancel, sidestep. You can backdash into a coming attack, which is like something that you charge and come back into. All of that is a part of offense that leads back into, part of defense that leads back into your offense, right? Now, if somebody is pressuring you, learning how to sidestep, learning how to move out of the way, learning how to do quick interruptions, meaning it's more defense with slight offense to open them back up so you can take the lead, right? That's basically what that is. So when you go through this and kind of like turn and lock them down, there's a lot of different things you can do with your defense that's going to transpire into your offense. And I know a lot of people just love being on offense, but defense in this game is just too good. It's too great. And it really is like one of the strongest things, right? Knowing how to key blast, defense. Knowing how to sidestep, defense. Knowing when to perception at the correct time, defense. Knowing when to do your revenge counter and not just spamming revenge counter is a strong part of your defense. I don't really like revenge counter too much, but I can think of 2 to 3 specific instances that it is going to be great in. And one of the key part of your defense is learning how to run away. Okay? Is learning how to run away, right? Because learning how to run away gets you out of tough situations that you can then lock down and really change the approach of how somebody's approaching you, so you can really slow down on their momentum to then take advantage again. So remember, if we go over everything, key blast is a part of your defense, sidestepping, perception, don't just stay in perception. Perception needs to be mixed in and be very tricky with how you move and actually how you go in and how you approach your opponent with actually being quick, because you don't want to be too telegraphed. If you're too telegraphed, it's going to be easy for you to be read and for people to be able to punish you. So that's how you're going to be able to maximize on your defense, make it a little bit better for you to actually survive and lock people down. And remember, once you're hitting them with perception and you're not spamming it, you're getting it at the key moments, then you're going to be able to push people off. Another key part to your defense is learning how to use your stock moves correctly. Like for instance, Broly here, everybody's stock move is going to be a little bit different. You have explosive wave. You wouldn't just spam explosive wave. You use it at key moments to get you back into on the offense pattern, take their offense away from them to lock them down, because it's a defensive move and it's offensive at the same time because it does a little bit of damage. So if they have low health, you can actually finish them off with that, right? So always think about your stocks and what moves can help you, right? Powering up to the limit. Powering up to the limit, depending on what character you have, you can do this and you instantly think that it's just your turn to be on offense, that you have to use your super move, your ultimate move. You don't. You want it for the key advantage, and once you get the key advantage, you lock down a lot stronger on offense, and your defense is better because you have so much teleport, you have so much movement to where you can avoid your opponent and kind of like lock in if they themselves have an unblockable ult and you don't want to get caught with it. You see what I'm saying? So there's so much for you to actually go through to lock in with, all right? So then you'll be good. I hope that helps out. If you mix all of these things together for your defense, your key blast, your sidestep, your vanishes, your stock moves, your explosive wave, you start putting these things together and move differently. And what moving differently means that don't just have a pattern to sidestep and then do this. Because if your only thing is to sidestep and then do this, then you're predictable, because then I'm just gonna key blast you or bully you, or I'm just then gonna grab you. So a big part of your defense is learning how to mix up your movement with how you're gonna be going around and doing things, okay? Because then your opponent won't know what to expect, right? So if you want to make your defense great, these are some of the key things that you should actually put in there that are warranted. Now, if you have certain characters, right? If you have certain characters that are, I would say, let me switch this up real quick. If you have certain characters that are different and they don't have explosive wave, like let's say for Tapion, for example, he has after image. You use your after image. Don't just use it while you're standing still shooting. You use it like that if you have 4 bars, if your bars are filled, because if your stocks are full, like you have max stocks, you should always use up some of your abilities here just to have it in reserve waiting so your stocks can keep filling up. And don't make it too telegraphed. Like when you do it, have it already ready and then you go straight on offense so that you can force them to use up their defensive move while your defensive move is still in the pocket waiting, and then you'll be able to activate it when you're in a tough situation. But bait theirs out first before you just use yours and let them bait out your defensive move. So stuff like that is important. If you have somebody like Tapion, just like an explosive wave with a barrier, you just don't use it. You use it in tight situations when the opponent's trying to get the one up on you, knock you off, full combo you to turn it into an ultimate and actually do big damage. So you knock them off, you reset, you didn't be able to move, you just be able to do so much things, like how you're going to be able to go through, right? So I hope that helps. It's a lot of different things you could do with your defense, and I personally feel like defense in this game is one of the strongest things, which is good. And I know some people may not like it. It's good because offense has always been crazy in these type of games. All the OP moves, unblockables, a lot of different things for you to go through, the gimmicks, the key blast. So it's a lot of different ways for you to go through here and actually lock people down with your defense. And the cool thing about this game is that defense transitions over to your offense. So once your defense transition over, you now go from being with your back against the wall to now being the aggressor. And once you're the aggressor, if their defense is not as good as yours, you start overpowering them, taking advantage of the game. And a lot of times you start winning more with defense than you would with offense. All right. So I hope that helps on how you can go over things. You feel me? So remember, defense, lock in with your defense, learn your defense, and then turn your defense into strong offense with your sidestep, mixing up your movement. Don't just be too predictable. And once you start moving and actually locking down, you start to get a lot better. All right. I hope that helps. If you guys did enjoy that, please be sure to drop a thumbs up on the video. I appreciate you guys. Love you. Thank you guys so much. All right.